Okay, so we're here on Elm Street. This is Chuck Burley's property. Basically what happened here is he filed a claim for wind damage on his roof. State Farm came out, or they sent a representative out, I think it was a third party representative to take a look at the roof. They said that this roof just needed some repairs. We're just looking at the condition because Chuck hired us for the repairs, and it looks like basically the condition of the roof is going to make that very difficult to do. So this 3-tab shingle, it's over 20 years old. You guys can probably see in this sunlight, there's tons of exposed fiberglass near the edges of the shingle. There's quite a bit of granule loss on the shingle as well. So this is just one of these smaller slopes, but it's a kind of easy slope to attempt a repair on. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got the shingle highlighted here, the wind damaged shingle, and then the 7 tabs that we're going to need to unseal and get the nails out from underneath. So I'm going to start with the unsealing process, but this one's already completely unsealed, so that's a good start. But what you guys will notice here, and the whole point of doing this video, or of making this video, is to test whether this shingle can be repaired. So what I'm gonna do is give this shingle the benefit of the doubt and give it every chance I can to survive the repair. So that's why you guys will see me being so much more gentle and slow and deliberate than I would normally be on a repair, because obviously as a contractor, most contractors are going to be way rougher because they need to finish this repair quickly in order to have a viable business model and make any money. So, we probably couldn't go this slowly on the rest of the repairs, but what we just want to do is see, is there any chance that this shingle can be repaired? So you guys see where I find a spot where it's probably going to damage the shingle if I unseal it, and then I kind of just work around and come at it the other way like that, and so I'm able to get it unsealed still. Now you have shingles like this where, okay, never mind, that one came up. Thought it was going to give me some issues, but that one's already good, this one's already good. Okay, so we've got all of our shingles unsealed as they need to be, and now I'm going to start the process of getting the nail out. So you guys, won't be able to see it too well from here, but there's a nail here that I have to get out with the pry bar. So, and then you have this happen a lot where the nail pulls through. This happens on older roofs especially. So, I have to get it out from under there. And we're just going to repeat this process. There should be at least 8 nails here holding this down, but sometimes you'll find there might be 7 instead. And then again, as you guys can see, I'm trying to be as gentle as possible, trying to be slow and deliberate, so that we're giving the shingle every chance we can to survive this repair. These are the ones that, you have to bring the shingle up a little bit higher because the nail is already pulled through. So, but we were able to get it out, so that's good. just want to make sure that every single nail is out. Now, one thing you guys would also notice, I'm not going to try to show you because it would entail lifting the shingle up a little bit further, but there are holes now in each of those spots where the nails used to be. We can't reuse any of those. Well, maybe it's got some sticking around in here. Oh, maybe, okay. This nail is super overdriven, so I didn't even see it. And then it looks like the wind probably pulled it the rest of the way through. Okay, there we go. Now we should come free. So, basically we're gonna grab our new shingle. And what I was getting at, guys, was all those nail holes, they can't be reused. So now we have to find new spots to nail our new shingle. And so all of those nail holes in these upper shingles are, you know, they can't be repaired unless you replace these shingles too. So that's another issue. You guys can see the shingle really isn't very close to being a match, but this was the closest match we could find at any of our local stores. So, you know, that's just another thing that plays in. Obviously, you know, I'm not saying that this shingle here is discontinued. We didn't look at, you know, every single store in Michigan, but we did take a reasonable look around and we couldn't find anything. But, you know, that's not really the purpose for today. The purpose is just to see if the shingle can withstand the physical forces of a repair. So now what we're gonna do, we have to nail this sealant strip, or put the nail directly into the sealant strip, I should say, and it cannot go in on an angle, it has to go in straight. So you guys will see, I have to lift the shingle up to a degree. And it's not quite 90 degrees, but I have to lift it up pretty high in order to get that nail in straight. And you guys can see the reason I'm using those softer, shorter hammer strokes when I can is because I don't have to lift the shingle up as high to do those. So, you know, again, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here with my technique. Whereas, you know, most contractors are going to say, you know, they want to drive the nail in with 2 or 3 hits. But, you know, then you would have to bring that shingle up a lot further. To our top row here. Now obviously the sealant is old and deteriorated on this top row. We still have to put it into where the old sealant is. But that shingle is much less likely to seal back down just because it's very old sealant here. We're talking about 20-year-old sealant. It doesn't really make sense to count on that. So the shingle breaks here, so we have to put 2 nails here. Okay, so we should have most of the nails in here. Perfect. We're going to clean up our area, and then afterwards we will take a look at the result of our repairs.